Hey guys, this is Mickey and this is another inbox outbox video. This is a video where I talk about the books that I have recently completed and the ones that I am going to start, and kind of just give you guys kind of like an update what's been going on in my reading life. I noticed recently that I got over 600 subscribers, and I am very like flattered, like super flattered that people have pushed that subscribe button down below and are interested in hearing what I have to say about books. So thank you so much to all of my new subscribers, and thank you to my old subscribers, the people who always comment on my videos and kind of keep me going in doing this. It's just really nice and I really appreciate it. Vita ended up being a fail for me this month. Not this last Friday, but the Friday before that, I do everything on my phone. I use my phone to film, I use my phone to edit, and I use it to upload. And even when I'm like on my laptop, I actually use the mobile hotspot on my laptop to connect to the internet. So like I use my phone for everything. And I ended up on the Friday before last, my phone started doing this thing where it kept resetting itself over and over again. It just kept going boot looping to the start screen just over and over again, and it wouldn't actually boot up completely, and I ended up having to get a new phone. So that just ruined everything for Vita. I had to go 7 days without a phone, and that was an interesting 7 days, let me tell you guys. It's so insane to think about the fact that, you know, like that used to be the norm. That used to be normal for me to be able to go 7 days without a phone. Like that used to be my life, and that's just surprising to me to think about it. Like, oh my gosh, it was an experience. I got so irritated. I was bored, and I was a little just mad and upset about the fact that the phone had broke, and like all of these things that I was like doing online and stuff I couldn't do anymore, and I was kind of irritated about it. And so I kind of did what most Americans kind of do when we get really stressed, and I went and spent a whole lot of money. So I went and I got 3 books from Barnes and Nobles. I have not shopped at Barnes and Nobles in like I don't know how many years. I go into Barnes and Noble sometimes and I'll look at stuff, but I usually don't buy anything. I usually either like bookmark something to check out from the library, or I just wait until it comes into the secondhand bookshop that I shop at frequently. So this was like a whole new thing for me. And so what I got was the last 2 books in the Neapolitan series. I got Those Who Leave and Those Who Stay by Elena Ferrante, and then I got The Story of a Lost Child by Elena Ferrante. And I also read these over those 7 days, and they were absolutely fantastic. I could not have picked 2 better reads to get me through 7 days of not having a phone. Like, they literally consumed me. Even if I had a phone, I don't know if I would have picked them. I don't know if I would have ever paid attention to it, because these were just so amazing to me. I really loved them. And then I also picked up Moby Dick by Herman Melville. A couple of people, me, Bree Hill, Secundra, Beasley, we were both talking about, all of us were talking about maybe doing like a read along of Moby Dick sometime in the near future. So I figured I should get like a physical copy of it to use. It's a bargain price one. It has this stupid sticker on here. I know that I've seen some YouTube videos about how to like safely remove the stickers from these type of things. So hopefully that'll work for me and I can get this off of there, because it's just marring the cover. But it is a nice little cover. It's one of the Barnes and Noble's classics hardcover things that they make. So yeah, I got those 3 books. And let me tell you guys something. I buy almost all of my books used. Like, I just rarely ever buy books from a bookshop like regularly priced. And even a few times I think I've bought physical books, I've bought them online. And yeah, I don't think I've paid full price for a book in forever. So when I first did this, I did this on impulse because I was mad about my phone not working. And when I saw my bill after I left out the store, I kind of went into shock for a second. I was like, I spent that much. I spent $50 on 3 books. It has been a very long time since I've paid that much money for books because I have a fantastic second-hand bookstore in my city. Like, it's just really, really great. The selection is really wonderful. They do a really good job of just like providing really great quality, gently used books where a lot of the books appear like new. So I'm just not used to spending that much money. I'm cheap. I have no problem admitting it. My family members will tell you it all the time. They always make fun of me for it. So, yeah, I went into shock. I almost took the books back because I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I spent that much money. But then after a day passed and I was like not starving and not hurting for money, I was like, hey, I could do this more often. And I started making like a list of all the books I want to pay full price for. I'm like, oh, I could buy that book now. I could buy that book. I don't have to wait for the bookstore to come. And I was all like, yeah, ready to go to like Barnes and Nobles or go on like Book Depository or something like that and buy a whole bunch of books at the end of this week. But a cool thing happened today that kind of changed my mind on that. At the secondhand bookshop that I go to, they do this thing where you can put in requests, and I put in a request for the story of a new name like a few weeks back around the time when I first finished it, and I would have bought it from Barnes and Noble on the day that I bought the other 2 books because I already own My Brilliant Friend, and I would have bought the story of a new name, but they didn't have it. And I'm super happy that they didn't have it because I got a call from the secondhand bookshop today saying that they have a new gently used copy for me that looks like new and it's only going to cost me $250. So yeah, so that kind of stopped in my brain stopped me in my tracks about buying full price books. So basically I've decided that the way I'll do it is I will buy full price books of like special editions of books that I really want. Like there's an edition of Wuthering Heights that I've been eyeing for like a year and a half now, and I need to just pull the trigger and buy it. And then or books that are really not really popular, so therefore the chances of them showing up in my secondhand bookshop are a little bit slimmer. I'll buy those books, but otherwise I'm gonna stick to my secondhand bookstore. I'm stick to what I know. But anyways, those are the 2 books that I finished since the last time I talked to you guys were these 2 here. And then I also finished Flying West by Pearl Cleage, which I really liked. I gave it 3.5 stars. I actually plan on doing a review of it that I'll post up. For the most part, I really liked it. I just felt like, for some reason, some of the endings of some of the plays I weren't crazy about. And I'll talk more about that in my review video. I'm going to try and do a review video for the last 2 books of the Neapolitan series. I might struggle to talk about it because there's just like so much that I liked about them. I'm probably going to do a whole book on the series instead of trying to review each book individually because I have a hard time kind of separating them since I read them back to back. And you guys, I have not marathoned a series in forever, and I forgot what it felt like to kind of be immersed in the same world with the same characters for for more than 1 book. And it's actually a really good feeling. I really miss the characters from that series, and I've been having a tiny bit of a book hangover since I've finished it. So yeah, maybe I might think about doing that more often because it was really a pleasant experience marathoning that series. But yeah, I'm definitely going to try and post a review of that. I also, I didn't finish I DNF Pierced by the Sun by Laura Esquivel. It just didn't appeal to me. It's kind of badly written. It does have magical elements like Water for Chocolate, but in Like Water for Chocolate, the magical realism is really, really seamless. It's just well integrated in the piece. It doesn't feel forced. Whereas in this piece, it really felt forced. It focuses a lot on Aztec Aztec mythology. I don't know how to use the word Aztec mythology, and it just didn't work for me. I ended up DNFing it. I got like halfway through it and I realized that I was really bored, so I put it up. But yeah, those are all of the books and things that I've read recently. I am still working on Invisible Man, which is actually in my purse, which I forgot to bring over here. I'm just taking my slow, sweet time through it. So you're probably going to be seeing Invisible Man pop up on the Inbox Outbox video for a little while. And then I am also going to be reading this week. I don't know if I can get you guys to see this because it has a shine to it. Rilke's Book of Hours, Love Poems to God by Rainer Maria Rilke. He's a German poet, and these poems, he's a poet that was recommended to me by a friend, and these poems they're actually really good. I've actually read several of them already. They aren't necessarily, I mean, in some way they're definitely religious poems, but I don't think you necessarily have to look at them through like a Christian Judeo lens necessarily. I think that they're more just like spiritual poems in general, and more about spirituality and about humanity in a lot of ways. There's a poem that kind of like looks at the way in which the followers of God are almost as powerful as God himself in a way, because they bring life to him. In this world, most gods have a tendency to show themselves through the people who worship them, and there's a poem in here that really kind of explores that dynamic. So there's some really great poems in here, and I don't know if I'll review this because I really don't feel super confident about reviewing poetry, but I definitely will at least talk about like my impressions of it in like an Inbox Outbox video at the least, once I finish it. So those are the things that I am currently reading, and those are things that I finished. So I want you guys to let me know down below what you're currently reading, and also if you had recommendations of books, taking into consideration the criteria I gave you guys about rare, like special editions of books, or rare, less popular books to read. What books would you recommend that I buy? Because I'm thinking about purchasing some books in the very near future. What books would you recommend I pay full price for? Or not even full price, just more than like $2.50. Because I'm not used to paying more than $2 for like a book. Like, seriously. So what books would you guys recommend? And I hope to see you guys soon. I hope you guys are having a great day. Bye.